Living on autopilot can leave us unaware of the negative impact of our choices. Giving her speech, Living an Intentional Life for a Greater Impact, Toastmaster Missy Riley. Let's welcome her.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Let me ask you, have you ever noticed how easy it is to slip into a routine, waking up, repeating the same thing every single day with dread? Yes? Anyone?
Yes.
So easy to do, right? With all of life's pressures, technology, and the pace of the world that we live in, it is easier to operate on autopilot, completely unaware of the impact of the choices that we make, rather than to live intentionally, seeking moments of joy. But I would ask, if this is the case, what is the cost? I'm going to share with you one of my very best pictures of myself, which is an example of me operating on autopilot. One of my favorites. This is me, exhausted on a work trip in the Dallas-Fort Worth airport. Anybody ever been? Spent much time there. I'm tucked away in a corner, literally on the floor, earbuds in, totally unaware of what's happening around me. I was sitting next to my gate, and I missed my flight. Never even heard them call us. While I was operating on autopilot, I never saw the airline pilot at all that day. Just trying to get through a grueling work trip. I'm going to share another picture with you of the impact of operating on autopilot. And this one is a little scarier, everybody. Brace yourself. Yikes. Talk about impact, right? And now you're thinking, I will never drive with her or follow her anywhere, which would be a really smart decision on your part. I was actually hit on I-4 by a van that totaled my car. And while I was not the cause of the accident, I was completely unaware of what was happening around me. I was caught up in my thoughts about work. I was feeling burned out. I never saw him coming. Never saw him coming. And as soon as I hit the guardrail, and I checked to see if I had my teeth, I immediately text work, because that was the only thing that I had on my mind. And a ride in an ambulance to the hospital, covered in glass, was a real inconvenience to me that day. Now, amidst all of this, I will tell you, most days I looked like this. Smiley, seemingly happy, in a suit, trying to keep it together. On this day, I was also traveling for work, and I was at the front of the plane. I was waiting to get off the plane. My bag was behind me, and all the passengers passed me, and they waved, and they said, "Thank you for a great flight." Apparently, I looked like a happy flight attendant that day. I kind of did look like a flight attendant that day. But meanwhile, I was miserable in my corporate job. I would have rather have done anything than travel for work that day. But when we operate on autopilot, we can seem happy, we have it all together, but we're actually in survival mode. We can be burned out, exhausted, and by the way, burnout is not just exhaustion. It is complete misalignment with our lives. We are trying to live up to standards that are false expectations that leave us completely depleted. Well, thanks for the motivational speech this morning, Miss. Hey, this is happy. It's not all bad news, everybody. It doesn't have to get to this point. What can we do? Well, we have to get clear on our priorities. And we do that by evaluating our values, our passions, our goals. Do we have hobbies we enjoy? Do we work in a place that aligns with our values? Do we like our job? Which, by the way, we are not our job, everybody, right? We are not a job title. We have more to give to the world than job responsibilities alone. We also have to create boundaries. We don't have to be available to everybody all the time, even work, right? That preserves our energy and our time. And speaking of energy, sleep, it's not a luxury. Take it from me. It is not a luxury. If you think that a bedtime and 8 hours of sleep is inconvenient, try missing your flight because you're totally zoned out. And we also have to practice mindfulness. We have to be present. We have to get out of our phones because that's how you discover moments of joy. Take a walk. Enjoy nature. Enjoy silence. And also when we are mindful, we avoid mishaps, like missing our flights. It's so important that we're mindful. If you're driving, focus on driving. If you're at the airport, listen for the announcements. Take it from me, it will save you a ton of grief. But I say all this to ask, are you living an intentional life? Or are you operating on autopilot? Are you living a fulfilling life? Because you are here, you have the opportunity to make choices that will impact your life in the very best way. But you have to be intentional. And I will leave you with this one little last intentional moment of joy. Thank you, everybody.